Dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you all to hear and see this video message. In this video, I am going to explain our Prime Minister Modiji proves is leader of liars by his lies in election speeches. I had the vision on my dream on 20th September 2023, 5:30 a.m. morning, like our Prime Minister Modiji will lose the constituency by 65,000 votes in this 18th Loksabha election. I had very good respect the Prime Minister posting, but our Modiji continuously gives the lying speech about Congress manifesto and hate speech about our Muslim community. It is not good for this position of Prime Minister posting. Content for this video I given in the description. You can go through and study. Reference for this content I taken out from the daily newspapers and leading magazines from March 2024 and previous papers. Modi's lies on election propaganda on 2024. Most politicians commonly spread propaganda laced with varying degrees of untruth to secure the support of the people. However, when their lies become egregious and unhinged, it is a sign of desperation and frustration. The BJP has become desperate as it has not received the expected support in the first phase of the election on April 2024. This desperation has driven it to try its old formula of Hindu polarization by generating the fear of a Muslim takeover of India. Modiji set the audience in Gujarat that the Congress, if it came to power, would take away 50% of people's property in the name of redistribution of wealth. If you have two binds in your family, the Congress would take away one and give it to Muslim vote bank. You will be able to leave only one buffalo for your child as inheritance. If you have a house with 4 rooms, the Congress would take away 2 rooms and give them to the same people. How can the Prime Minister of India speak like this bakwas? That is nonsense. This is how Modiji attempts to attract voters by seeding hatred. Modiji has used such language at the time of election since he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. But the Congress manifesto does not talk about redistribution of the wealth in the country, let alone among any particular community. It does, however, draw attention to the rising inequality between India's top 1% and the rest of the country. While campaigning in Rajasthan, Banswara on April 2024, the Prime Minister called a section of his own citizens, the Muslim community, infiltrators and those who have more children. While the Prime Minister has never considered himself to be the above using communal slurs, one might have expected the model code of conduct to have some semblance of deterrence for the man holding the highest office of the country. In Banswara, Rajasthan, 21 April 2024, Modi deliberately falsified former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh's 2006 statement, an authentic text of which is available for scrutiny in PM Prime Minister Office archives, and remarked that when the Congress party was in government, they said Muslims have the first claim over the country's resources. If it returns to power, he added, the party will gather all your wealth and distribute it among those who have more children. They will distribute it among infiltrators. Do you think your hard-earned money should be given to infiltrators? Maligning Muslims as infiltrators and hence not equal citizens of India was a new low in the ruling BJP party's 10 years record of hate politics. But since it was coming from the Prime Minister himself, it lent a seal of approval to the anti-Muslim bigotry that has energized the radicalized section in the Hindutva family. Modi lie, he said Congress manifesto has the imprint of the Muslim League, but the word Muslim did not occur in any of the 46 pages of Congress manifesto. Minorities were defined as religious and linguistic minorities, and the Congress promised linguistic and religious minorities are granted human and civic rights under the Constitution of India. Congress pledges to uphold these rights. There were numerous references to SC, ST and OPC, but no reference to any religious community. Modi lie said if Congress is elected to power, it will bring back the Shariat law, but the Congress manifesto said we will encourage reform of personal laws. Such reform must be undertaken with the participation and consent of the communities concerned. In Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh on 22nd April, Modiji said the Congress Shahzada Prince says if his party comes to power, they will investigate who earns how much and how much property they have. Not only this, he says the government will take over the property and redistribute it. This is what their election manifesto is saying. This was a lie, but the Congress manifesto does not say this. But what Modi said next was a more bizarre lie. Just think, our mothers and daughters possess gold. Now the Congress is eyeing a change in law and it will grab the gold of our mothers and sisters. These people have their eyes on your Mangal Sutra, that is necklace worn by married Hindu women. Modi's lies about buffaloes and Mangal Sutras were triggered by an unwarranted statement by Sam Pitardo, who was until recently chairman of the Indian Overseas Congress, about the necessity of redistribution of wealth by introducing inheritance tax. No Congress leader endorsed it. Indeed, the Congress party officially dissociated itself from Pitardo views. Nevertheless, Modi not only misrepresented Pitardo views as the Congress party's commitment in its manifesto, but he also deliberately gave a communal twist to it. On April 23rd in Dong Savai, Madhapur, Modiji said, this means that if there is a box in your home in which you store bajra grain, even that would be subjected to an X-ray. All your property that is found to be more than what you need, it will be seized and redistributed. If you have two houses and they spot that in the X-ray, one will be taken over by the government. Is this acceptable to you? But the fact is that neither in the Congress manifesto nor in the speeches of its leader is there any reference to the government seizing and redistributing people's home. On April 24, 2024 in Sagar, Modi claimed that in Karnataka, the Congress has instituted a reservation on the basis of religion through illegal means. Through single notification, it included all Muslim communities in the OPC quota. The Congress snatched away a big part of OPC reservation and gave it on the basis of religion. But the fact in 1962, the Congress government in Karnataka included certain castes of Muslim communities in the list of other backward classes, not on the basis of religion, but on the recommendation of the R. Nagana Gowda Commission. The panel had been set up to suggest that criteria of classification for all backward communities and the extent of reservations. Karnataka is just one of 14 states and union territories where Muslim communities are included in the OPC list based on social and economic backwardness. In March 2023, the BJP government in Karnataka scrapped the 4% of sub-quota for Muslim OPCs, but it did not reallocate the quota to Dalit and Adivasis. Rather, it transferred to the state-dominant communities, the Lingayat and Okkalikas. The order was stayed by the Supreme Court in April 2023, observing that this was prima facie fallacious. In 2024, April 25, Agra, Modi claimed that Congress planned to steal a part of 27% of quota for OPC to give reservation on the basis of religion. But the fact is the Congress manifesto does not contain any reference to religious-based reservation. On 25th April 2024, Morina, this time Modiji made a novel lie when Indira Gandhi died and her son Rajiv Gandhi was to inherit her property. To ensure the government did not get the money to save the property, the Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi abolished the inheritance tax. But the fact is, what was abolished in 1985 by VP Singh, then Prime Finance Minister, was estate duty levied on the assets of a deceased person and not inheritance tax, which is paid by someone who inherits property. VP Singh said in his budget speech that no estate duty would be levied on estates passing on deaths occurring on or after 16th March 1985. Indira Gandhi was assassinated on October 31st, 1984. In April 25th, Anlo, Modi added a new twist of lies, saying not just an economic survey, the Congress aims to survey all institutions, all offices. It is finds any backward class or Dalit family has 2 members holding job, then the Congress will snatch away one and give to those who they think have the first claim to country's resources. But the fact is, neither in its manifesto nor in speeches made by its leaders has the Congress threatened to take away jobs from backward class or Dalit families. The party's manifesto states Congress will conduct a nationwide socio-economic and caste census to enumerate the castes and subcaste and their socio-economic condition. Based on the data, we will strengthen the agenda for affirmative action. On April 29, 2024, while campaigning in Maharashtra, the Prime Minister accused the Congress of wanting to steal the reservation of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes to hand them over to Muslims as an act of political appeasement. But not only does the Congress manifesto not maintaining reservation for Muslims, it also states that the party will pass a constitutional amendment to raise the 50% cap on reservation for SC and ST and OPC. The reservation of 10% in jobs and educational institutions for economically weaker section will be implemented for all caste and communities without discrimination. We will fill all the backlog vacancies in posts reserved for SC and ST and OPC within a period of 1 year. On the other hand, Chandrababu Naidu, a part of the BJP-led National Democratic Alliance, has been seeking Muslim votes by promising them a quota. In fact, in almost all Naidu's speeches, he has promised a 4% quota for Muslims if elected to power in Andhra Pradesh. On May 7, 2024, while campaigning in Madhya Pradesh, Khargon, the Prime Minister Modiji said, Congress is asking people to do vote jihad. India is at a crucial turning point in history. You have to decide whether there will be vote jihad or Ram Rajya in India. Terrorists in Pakistan are threatening jihad against India, and Congress people here have announced that people must do vote jihad against Modi. That is, people of special religion have been asked to unite and vote against Modi, he said. But neither the Congress manifesto nor the party campaign speeches feature the term vote jihad. Modi said BJP wants to win on 400 seats so that Congress cannot put Fabri lock on the Ram Temple, revive Article 370 in Kashmir, and select spokesperson on the basis of religion. Again, Modi ji lies said if Samajwadi Party and Congress come to power, Ram Lalla will be in the tent again and they will run a bulldozer on the Ram Temple, Modi claimed. They should take tuition from Yogi ji, that is Chief Minister of Adityanath, where to run a bulldozer and where you should not. But the Congress party said like this a number of times. Congress will honor the judgment of the Supreme Court. We have done this in the past and will do so in the future. Also, the Congress manifesto does not feature Article 370. The lock on Babri Masjid were opened during Rajiv Gandhi's tenure as Prime Minister and a Congress state government in Uttar Pradesh in 1985. On sports, the Congress manifesto, without mentioning religion, says some of the following: Congress will provide sports scholarship of rupees 10,000 per month for talented and budding sportsperson below the age of 21. Congress will ensure that there is at least one community sports center in every block and municipal town and at least one multi-sports coaching center in every district. We will allocate sufficient funds to promote sports among girls and women, persons with disabilities and disadvantaged groups such as ST. In Warangal, Telangana on 8th May, Modi ji lies said the Congress wanted to defeat President Draupadi Murmu in the presidential poll as her skin color is dark. This, of course, is a blatant lie, but the Prime Minister committed a more egregious impropriety here. Never known for respecting constitutional protocol, he dragged the Rashtrapati, who holds the highest office of the public, into election slugfest. In Nandurbar, Maharashtra, on 10th May, Modi ji said the agenda of the Congress party is so dangerous that they say the celebration of the Ram Navami festival is against the idea of India. They even say that going to temple is anti-Indian. Look at the Congress mentality, calling the Ram temple anti-national in Lord's Ram country. The Congress is hatching a conspiracy to erase Hindu faith from this country. Every word of Modi said is false. One can question the Congress party's self-contradictory and self-cutting stand in the course of the movement for the construction of the Ram temple in Ayodhya. But there is nothing remotely true in Modi's charge that the Congress is engaged in the conspiracy to eliminate Hindu faith. Modi lies on 14th May 2024 at Varanasi. Modi in his Loksabha constituency of Varanasi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 14th May 2024 told a reporter, "The day I do Hindu-Muslim, I will be unworthy of public life." And it was his resolve that he will not do Hindu-Muslim. One day, Modi ji calls Muslims Kushpaitya and makes hate speeches, and other day he says he would not be suited for public life if he indulged in Hindu-Muslim. And the other day he again flip-flops and repeats the same Hindu-Muslim rhetoric which divides society. His entire politics has been based on division. He has lost the narrative. The very next day, electioneering in Nasik, the shrill communal rhetoric was back. Then why did Modi make conciliatory remarks at Varanasi at the end of fourth phase of polling? Does he think the community will get taken in by him promising to never do Hindu-Muslim? He needs to say such things on record to refute claims later that he was communal and for the consumption of the international community. One must remember that such opportunistic doublespeak is the trademark of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, RSS, a different speech for every outreach. One day RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat seeks a review on reservation in jobs, that is on September 2015, and at another moment Bhagwat claims that they have always supported a reservation on April 2024. On May 15th, Modi lies told an election rally in Nasik that the Congress had drawn up a plan to reserve 15% of the union budget for Muslims. He claimed that the Manmohan Singh regime could not implement it because of the opposition by the Bharatiya Janata Party. But now they are bent on reintroducing their agenda. If the Congress is elected, they will make true budget to be divided between a Hindu budget and Muslim budget. I will not allow quotas based on religion, he said. Responding to Prime Minister Narendra Modi remarks that Congress wanted to allocate 15% of union budget for minorities, former union minister and senior party leader P. Chidambaram Thursday 16th May 2024 called his statement outrageous and false. For the last 75 years, we all know there is only one annual financial statement. So how can be there two budget, one for Hindus and one for Muslims? This is outrageous. This is false. Why is the BJP hallucinating? Chidambaram said. He added that obviously PM Modi's speech writers have lost their balance. Modi says in Odisha on 20th May 2024, people say he is of Ratna Bandar sent to Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of inciting hatred for his remarks that the missing keys of the Jagannath temple Ratna Bandar, that is treasurer trove in Odisha's Buri, were sent to Tamil Nadu. PM Modi's remarks made at an election rally in Ankul were directed towards Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik close aide B.K. Pandian, who is from Tamil Nadu. 20th May 2024, the BJP Sambit Patra over his recent remarks that triggered a major controversy that Jagannath, a form of Vishnu, the preserver in Hinduism, Holy Trinity, the supreme deity in Odia Hinduism, is a devotee of the Prime Minister, a statement he later retracted. On 25th May 2024, at Patliputra in Bihar, Modi lies said to make their vote bank happy, Congress changed the law related to minority institution overnight. After these, thousands of institutions were declared minority institutions, he charged. Earlier, SC and ST and other backward classes used to get full reservation during admission to these institutions. What was unprecedented was that it was heralded by Narendra Modi, who went all out at rally after rally, making wild allegations, repeating lie after lie, and sculpting what was a wild communal campaign. This election will be remembered for being the first election where the Election Commission failed to take action on cross violation involving the Prime Minister himself, repeatedly used religion, communal slurs, lies and undocumented allegations. There is no Modi wave in this election, even in his own home state Gujarat. This is true about every other state. In contrast, the India alliance is showing far greater competitiveness and cohesiveness than was previously expected. Even a completely disorganized and resource-starved party like the Congress is showing remarkable aggressive spirit. In other words, the stakes have suddenly become high for Modiji in this election. Could this be the reason why the Prime Minister has descended to the level of telling outlandish lies? And since he is speaking such lies in state after state, and since each of these lies is aimed at communal polarization of the electorate, does it mean that the undercurrent in the ongoing waveless election is not quite favorable to the BJP? Before the election were announced on 16th March, a thumping victory for the BJP and the third term for Modi appeared a foregone conclusion. That in any case was the scenario created by the mainstream media. Modi himself had built an aura of invincibility by declaring, "Aapki bar 400 bar, the BJP will win 400 seats this time," with a kind of bravado never displayed by any previous Prime Minister. He posted in Parliament on opposition parties in February 2024, "Ek aglia sab bar bari," that is, "I alone can vanquish all of you." Buoyed by the self-created hype, the BJP kicked off the election campaign by focusing on Modi ki guarantee, but soon after the first and the second phases of polling showed an alarming dip in voter turnout, a torrent of lies from the Prime Minister filled the campaign discourse. It soon became difficult to judge which of his lies was more unbecoming of the high office of the Prime Minister of the largest democracy in the world. But after 10 years in power, the trust deficit with the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Narendra Modi is highest. The anti-Muslim minorities polarization of Modiji is not working and has further damaged his credibility. The crude, vulgar and cheap potsat have angered the sensibilities of the common Indian, or at least left them extremely dismayed. Bible talks about Prime Minister Modiji outlandish lies in 2024 general election. In Proverbs chapter 29 verse 12, "If a ruler, that is Modi, pays attention to a lying word, all his ministers become wicked." In Job chapter 3 verse 4, "As for you, that is Modi, whitewash with lies, forgers of lies, as physicians you are worthless quacks." Also in Psalms chapter 52 verse 3, "You, that is Modi, love evil more than good, lies more than speaking what is right. You love evil instead of good, lying instead of speaking truthfully. Thou hast loved malice, that is to minorities, more than goodness, and iniquity rather than to speak righteousness." Also in Proverbs chapter 6 verse 16 to 19, "There are 6 things that Lord Jesus Christ hates, even 7 which are an abomination to him. That is, a false witness who breathes out lies, even half truth, and one who stirs up trouble among brothers," that is between Hindus versus Muslims and Christians in India.